About Dr. Aditya, Dr. Aditya just passed his MRCS OSCE exam, and you gave your exam in Mumbai, right?
Yes, sir, in Mumbai.
Yes. So congratulations. Now the floor is yours. The time is yours. Just share your experience, whatever you have faced, how you have
Sure.
prepared
Yes,
yourself
sir.
for this
Sure, sir.
exam, how many days or how many months you took for this, and everything you want to say. Just go for it. All right.
Firstly, I would like to thank IMG MRCS. I
Mm.
think I would like to begin my video by saying that, like you have gold standard investigations for diagnosing diseases, that way IMG MRCS is the gold standard preparation. I think there is.
Wow.
I just put my message the on your group, and so many people from the south messaged me saying that what should we do? What should we do? I just told them eyes closed, just subscribe for your course. So I would
Thank
like
you
to
so
say
much for
that
that.
I would like to start by saying I gave my part A. So I am from India. I
Hmm.
did my DNB general surgery. So I gave my part A towards the end of my first year, and after that it was quite hectic for us because our juniors came quite late. So I started preparing for MRCS Part B in August. Towards the end of August, I came to know about your class. There were a lot of courses, but it was Dr. Sonia who added me to your group, and Dr. Sanika, who have been in constant touch and who has been a massive help and of massive support for me to during this exam, during this difficult time. So they told me, both told me that just go for it, don't think twice. And so I was struggling because I appeared for my DNB theory exam in October, from 12 to 15th October. And before that period, I'll be very honest with you. I had
Yeah,
only
definitely.
finished, I had only finished videos of critical care, and I had finished videos on history taking. And I still remember messaging Dr. Atik that, sir, this is the scene. I have done this much. I have so much left. What to do? You said that at least try to finish patho and communication. Otherwise, you'll have a tough time. I said, sir, that's not possible because I have my primary Indian degree to that I have to look after, and that is also equally important to me. Then I said, sir, it's not possible. Dr. Atik said, then I will be worried for you. Then I got very scared. Then I messaged Sanika. I said, what should I do? How should I go about it? She was like, don't worry, you concentrate on your exam first. Then from the 17th of October, continuously day in day out, I was only studying. So before in September, I had watched your critical care videos, and I must say that, sir, the amount of efforts that you take in explaining everything, it has helped me immensely, even for my general surgery theory exam. I had I had a question on neuroendocrine response to stress, which is the
Hmm.
first chapter of Bailey and Love, response
Right,
to surgery.
right.
So that time I didn't have much time to write it in my exam, but I could literally, I was thinking of the times when you say, glucagon and cortisol is released and patient becomes hyperglycemic, and that is when the stress response starts. So that helped me in my theory as well, critical care videos. And then after that, it was just your notes. I mean, I was blindly just reading your notes, nothing else, no other sources, nothing at all. And I must also say, Dr. Samir, I saw his success story videos, and I was really impressed. I mean, he was just he helped me a lot by stating that there are the Royal College follows these pattern of questions in foreign countries. So he had given me a list of important stations. Dr. Samir and Dr. T as well. I had spoken to Dr. T because she scored very well. So I thought that let me just take their opinion on how they have done, how they have performed. So Dr. T was also extremely helpful, and Dr. Samir, he kept motivating me in the middle, and he just told me, if you are giving DNB, then MRCS is nothing, just go for it. And he said to have blind faith in you, nothing else, don't do anything, don't follow anything, because for DNB it's quite difficult. So I had studied Sabistin, I had made notes on Sabistin and Bailey and whatnot, but let me tell you that for MRCS Part B, it has been nothing, none of my notes, only your notes, only and only your notes. And in the middle, I used to keep discussing things with Sanika on and off. And in fact, I remember I had joined your mocks also very late, just 45 days to go for the exam, and I had
Right.
joined your mocks. But
Hmm.
I must say, sir, you and your team are doing a very good job, and it's great that I was very lost, but after I joined MRCS, IMG MRCS, I got some direction, and I knew that this is the right way to go, and I blindly had faith in your class, and I just read the notes, followed your notes. I think that was it. And even your mocks did help me a lot.
Yeah,
I did, even though I had to wait for a lot of time. I used to complain to Sanika that Sanika, Atik sir is not letting me speak. My turn is coming last, 2 hours are going, but I used to still listen to the other people answer, and that
mm,
was also helpful. Even in the end, when you had that, I think you had a plan on coming to Mumbai to do a
yeah, yeah,
practical course, but it didn't work out. But when you conducted that revision course towards the end, that was also, I mean, everything you said about the abscess drainage station and excision of Neves, the types of incisions. And people used to counter question you and ask you, sir, but this book gives this, that book gives that. You said, no, no, just trust me blindly. And today I just saw my scorecard 270 on 340. I, I said, I've just followed whatever you have said, and that has got me all the marks. So
yeah.
I'm extremely
Alhamdulillah.
happy.
Alhamdulillah for everything, whatever you have achieved. It's your hard work, whatever you did within that short period of time, Dr. Aditya. Okay. So just this is just your
Definitely.
own like hard work, nothing else.
I agree. But I think a message to all the students that a good 3-4 months is more than enough to prepare. If
Right.
you're already a general surgery resident or if you are doing surgery training,
Mm.
it should be okay. I had a good foundation of Bailey and Sabiston, so maybe that helped me. But let me tell you something, that MRCS is not at all like an Indian exam viva, which is what Dr. T had stressed and told me a lot, that you always have to say things like, even though the management of a perforative peritonitis, you always have to say that you would like to involve the ITU registrar. If the patient has AKI, you would like to involve the nephrologist. So these things go a long way. These things will only be taught to you during these classes and these videos. And how much ever of Indian examination knowledge you have, that will also go a long way. But it is important to attend the lectures that Dr. Atik is conducting, and they are very helpful. You might think that I know this, what is this? It's a repeat, it's repetitive. But let me tell you something, the questions that come in the exam, it is like directly out of the notes. The examiner is asking me something, and I'm just going on and on and on in a flow. And then I came out of the exam and I called Sanika and I was like, Are yaar, ye to completely from the notes. Like maybe one question out of 20 that are new. And you also have to realize that the examiners, it is a difficult exam, it is a competitive exam, but you have to maintain your cool, you have to maintain your composure. My first station was history taking. I forgot about the ICE, ideas, concern, expectations. In my first examination, hernia, I forgot to wash my hands while examining the patient. Another thing is, the patient was an Indian. So the examiner was a Britisher. He asked me that you can speak to him in your local language in Hindi. But I thought that, I would like to impress the examiner. So I spoke to the patient in English and there was a translator there. So hernia station, I forgot to wash my hands. Sir, I'll tell you another funny thing. In government colleges in India, we don't have nurses and all to assist us.
Right.
So I had the abscess drainage system station, and everything was kept in front of me. I had gloves, worn gloves, and I went in. What we do in government colleges is we open everything in a sterile way and we put it on the packet of gloves, the blade, the syringe, the needle. Sir, I had my gloves and I thought that, my God, I'm in a GMC. I'm doing another routine abscess drainage. So with my gloves on, I started opening everything and I just took it like that. And I called Sanika after the exam and I said, My God, what have I done? Then I spoke to Samir sir also. Samir sir said, Don't worry, you might just lose a mark or two, but you won't lose more. And then, like you keep stressing during your classes, that you should be very gentle, you should be very professional with the patient. Even while you're injecting the local anesthesia and you're pricking them, warn them before you're going to do it. So all these small things kept coming back to me during the exam, and it just went like my skill stations went really well, sir.
Good.
So I wasn't worried. But I
Yes,
must say
that's
that
excellent.
kudos to you. Thank you for all your lectures, amazing lectures, and even the drive access and the kind of work that you are doing for students. I think it will go a long way, and God bless you, sir. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aditya. So now, if anyone wants to ask anything, if your exam is
Definitely,
in near,
please. Anyone wants to
please
message
ask.
me? Personally,
Yeah,
anyone needs any tips, please go ahead. No problem.
exactly right. So now you guys have passed the path, right? So you are now in a like in a different position right now, just after
Definitely,
this day,
definitely.
right?
Sure.
So
Yes,
now it's
yes,
your turn to like help other people, correct?
yes, sir.
So try to do that. And if
No,
you
people were
anyone,
asking me that how
hmm,
should I prepare and all, but I
yes,
would like to say that the notes that you have given us is more than enough. It is everything that
yes,
needs to be required, that needs to be learned for the
it's a little
exam.
too much.
There-
I
I
am
agree,
right
sir. It is
right
too
now.
much.
I am thinking
But
it's a
sir,
little too much.
I asked Sanika that. I said, yeah, Samir sir had given me, 15, 20 important stations, and in the notes there are 42 stations in critical care. How should I do everything? Sanika was also very critical of me, that Arey, you have to read everything, you have to read. I said, yeah, it's too much, but how do I complete? Then I did a little smart studies, and the stations that were important, I concentrated on them, and I tried to learn everything the way it
Hmm,
was. And your lectures were also, of course, very helpful. In the middle, I used to keep watching, even at 2x. The 2x speed, the
yes.
2x feature is quite good. So I watch
So
most of the
after
videos on 1.5 to
the thing
2x.
is, when you are joining the live sessions, you don't have to go for those videos in the same pace,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you always go for the faster one. So it's
Yeah.
my advice for all of my course candidates that if you're joining the live session or you are watching the videos for the first time, then go for the normal speed. That's fine. But for the
Yes.
repetitions, you
So,
go for the
yeah.
1.5x or 2x. So like because you will
That's
get
what I would
everything
just like to
in
tell
that time.
everyone. Sanika also told me that you are teaching everything because it's your job, but
Yeah,
eventually the things that are most important and that are repeated the most often, that is what will be asked. But it is like
correct.
you said, it is vast, sir. But I think it's your job and you are doing it very well.
So, like the thing is, Dr. Aditya, I always think like in that way that
Hello.
every candidate is like average candidate, right? I think like in that way. So that's
Hmm.
why I go in deep
I agree,
for
sir.
in details to like describe
No,
everything
it's
in
sir. It
details,
is.
right?
It helps, sir.
So
It does help.
yeah,
It
so I
clears your
think everyone is just
concepts
like
right
me,
at
not a
the
good student or something like
foundation.
that. Yeah,
Hmm. No, but sir, I must commend you. And even Dr. Esra had taken a mock for me, and
yeah.
she, in the end, she had. I remember saying everything so well, and then I was little upset because Dr. Esra said you didn't say this, you didn't add this. Then I told Sanika, I said Sanika was saying no, it's for your own good. So I would like to tell
Yes.
people that participate maximum in mocks. Please take part in mocks. They are being conducted for a reason. Dr. Atik knows, he knows the way the
See,
exam
Dr.
takes place,
Aditya,
and even towards the
Dr.
end.
Dr.
Yeah.
Sanika, Dr. Esra, Dr. T, they are the high scorer,
Hmm.
right? They're
Yeah.
the high scorer. So, like, if you want to talk
Yes,
with
yes,
them, they're going
yes.
to ask you and to do
Exactly.
like do this, like like
Exactly.
picture perfect thing. But for us, like we are the average people, right?
Hmm.
So we just want to pass this, nothing else. Correct.
Yeah.
So, so we just want this
That's
230 and
exactly
that's
good.
all. Okay. And then we salute and we go on, right? We move on.
Yeah.
But like Dr. Sanika, Dr. T, Dr.
Agree.
Esha, they are
True,
going
true.
to have that like, more than 280 marks, right? The highest scorer of the MRCS OSCE. So they are
Yeah.
different. They're
Yes.
different class. So don't bother. Alhamdulillah, you pass, but
Level is
you get a lots of marks, right? Your score is very high. All
true.
right, Dr. Aditya,
Yes.
thank you so much
But I
for
would
your
like to just point out
yes.
to
Yes.
people that
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah, go
no
ahead, go
problem.
ahead, no problem. Yeah,
Thank
go
you so
ahead.
much, sir. Thank you for. No, no, I would just like to point out to people that while you all are giving the exam, please maintain your calmness and remain calm. I would say I started my exam with the history taking station on tonsillar malignancy, and the examiner cross questioned me a lot and tried to make me doubt my diagnosis.
Hmm.
But I still stuck to my things, and I would like to point out the British examiners are very good. They're very helpful, very polite. At least that's what my experience was. They motive a few examiners also helped me in the sense that, okay, are you sure you want to say this, do you want to change your answer? So I started with history taking, I went on to anatomy, I had pathology. So let me tell you, pathology was a nightmare. and I messed up. I had a diagnosis of cervical lymphadenopathy, and the history was the same question like the stem in your notes of pathology. A Bangladeshi woman had night sweats and fever, and I said tuberculosis is the most common thing that I see in my OPD. And one station was already stomach cancer. I said the next station can't be a cancer, but I still uttered from my word melanoma. And then the examiner said, just turn the FNE, just turn and see FNE report. And I shook my head in disappointment and I said, oh my God, this is a
Hmm.
tuberculous lymphadenopathy. But I still kept my calm and I answered quite well. And I would also like to tell everyone that follow what Dr. Atik is saying, that I would like to treat the patient by the CCRISP protocol. These things do go a long way because the examiner sees these things, they take note, and everything that you say, you're being marked for every sentence. We could see the examiners giving us a one,
Ticking,
one,
tick,
one,
tick,
one,
tick, tick.
and then
Yeah.
when sometimes your heart sinks when you see them giving a zero. But
Round,
then
yes.
that's what me and Sanika were talking about. But you
Yeah.
have to keep yourself motivated and keep going, because at the end of it, you're coming out a winner. And when I got that email from RCS Edinburgh that you are going to
Hmm.
be part of the oldest college of surgeons in the world, I think that's what everyone's dream is in the end. So just keep yourself motivated. If there's any help you need, I'm right here. You can message me on Telegram anytime, anytime you can message. No problem. I'm here to help you
All
anytime.
right, Dr. Aditya, thank you so much for your time, and
Thank you, sir.
I'm really glad you could have made it. Alhamdulillah. And if anyone wants to ask any question to Dr. Aditya, I think Dr. Aditya will give you the answer. Anyone has any queries, any questions, please? All right, everyone is very shy, Dr. Aditya. It happens.
That's the problem. Another thing I
It
should start
happens.
telling people is,
Yeah,
please speak up during Atiksa's mocks. Don't be shy. Do not be
exactly.
shy,
So,
because there you are facing an examiner. You cannot be shy. You have to be
exactly.
confident. You have to be professional.
Right,
So
right.
don't be shy. This is, sir, this is an inbuilt thing that people are shy. We will not open our
Yes,
mouths. Are, if I say something, he will laugh at me. Everyone will laugh at me. I am also like
exactly.
that. I've gone through the same thing.
So I
I also
always
think, but don't be.
I always say during my own class, during my mock, no one is going to judge you. You are judging yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. Give the wrong answer. No problem.
Yeah, no problem. All right, Dr. Aditya, thank you so much for your time. All
Thank,
right, inshallah, we
thank
will
you.
talk again.
I would end by saying that please
Yeah,
continue doing what you're doing. People
inshallah.
like
Yeah,
me, I am
inshallah.
from a very small
Inshallah.
place,
Pray
and
for me.
it means I will, of course, definitely. I will recommend you. I've already to three
Thank you.
people today. I've already recommended,
Thank
but
you so
please
much.
continue doing what you're doing.
Inshallah,
Great, sir.
inshallah.
I
Thank you so much, Dr. Aditya.
thank you.
All right, and I have added you
Thank you,
into
sir.
the IMG Hall of Fame, so we'll be in, keep in touch,
Yes, sir.
and we have like bigger
Of course,
thing,
definitely.
right? So
I
bigger
saw.
thing to
Yes,
have
yes.
it, right? So inshallah,
Bigger
we will
goal.
go for the fellowship together. All right.
Of course.